I'd like to call this meeting of the City of Elkhorn Architectural Review Board and City Planning Commission to order. Will you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Roll call, please.
Watke,
Here.
Hunter,
Here.
Stocko,
Here.
Geistlin,
Here.
Meinel,
Here.
Boardman, Schroeder.
Here. We've got the minutes of April 3rd, 2025. Everybody get a chance to review them?
I would make a motion to approve.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I would actually just ask that the first and last names be, for the roll call, that they reflect the first and last names of the commissioners as opposed to just the last names only.
What you're saying in the minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Our first item of business is Michael Polakoff and M&M Realty Solutions LLC for a joint rezone and certified survey map, a public hearing and recommendation. So we're going to do the public hearing. I've got to read this statement. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held before the Plan Commission of the City of Elkhorn on April 17th, 2025 at 6 p.m. or soon thereafter, as the matter may be heard in the council chambers, City Administration Offices, 311 Seymour Court, Elkhorn, Wisconsin, for the purpose of hearing all interested parties, their attorneys, or agents with respect to a proposed amendment to the City of Elkhorn zoning map submitted by Michael Polakoff, M&M Realty Solutions, LLC. The City of Elkhorn seeks to amend the zoning map to rezone the parcels located at 13 Prescott Street from RS1, single-family residence district, to RD2, a two-family residence district. And then we've got the tax key numbers. Is there anyone here that would like to be heard for the public hearing? You're the applicant, aren't you? Yeah, well, you don't need to speak at the public hearing unless you feel the urge. Anyone else? Are they asking again? Anybody for the public hearing? So the public hearing is closed. And now we'll go on. Who would like to take this? Is it Allison?
Yes, thank you. So the applicant is requesting approval of a rezone. At the same time, they're also doing a one-lot CSM combination. The applicant just purchased the property. It currently sits across two parcels. It's an existing home that's been in the city of Elkhorn for quite some time, located at 13 East Prescott Street. For some time, the home was used as a group home, and there was some construction that was done on the inside of the home, and on the inside of the home, it was essentially converted into a duplex, but it was never zoned properly for duplex use, so it was done pretty illegally. The new owner is just here. He would like to come into compliance with our ordinance. At the time he purchased it, he realized that it wasn't zoned properly to have a two-family or a duplex configuration. And then we also noticed that the garage and the driveway is on a separate parcel than the home itself. So the applicant is seeking to rezone from RS1 single family to RD1 two-family. There are several other parcels in that area and on that plaque that are zoned two-family. And then the combination of the parcels as well, just to be one large parcel. At this time, I've reviewed everything. It's in compliance with the RD1 zoning district. The CSM appears to be in compliance, and I am recommending approval of both the one-lot certified survey map as well as the proposed rezone.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Entertain a motion? Anybody?
I'd make a motion to approve the rezone and a certified survey map.
Second. We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of sending this on? Does this have to go back to council?
The rezone does need to go to council.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. You're all set.
Thank you.
Next, we've got John Donovan for Belinsky Homes with the Market Street subdivision project for the vacant lot southwest Market Street. This is a concept review and discussion. You're up, John.
Thank you, Mayor. My name again is John Donovan. I'm Acquisitions and Development Manager for Belinsky Homes. And we are here tonight to discuss the potential and possibilities of rezoning Market Street. There's 12-some acres there that we're looking to rezone from RD1 two-family to RS1. We'll probably would be looking to rezone it as a PUD because we'll need some relief in regards to the lot sizes, street widths, and some setbacks. But I will get into that a little further. I'd just like to give you a little history of why I'm here and why Belinsky is proposing small lot subdivision for this site in Elkhorn. About a year and a half ago, the city of Jefferson called us and said that they had 5 lots available in their city on the west edge, and would we like to purchase them? We've got a lot of people here that would like to see some single family built and try and making it affordable. So our owner purchased the 5 and we put some plans together and built 5 homes. And we found out that by the time they got the drywall, they were all sold. So we sold 5 lots. They sold from anywhere from $350 to $370. Full packages. I don't know where the people came from, but we were quite surprised. So we own about 60 acres in Watertown, and we've owned it for over 25 years. And there was a piece of the parcel there. We have a master general plan in place with the city of Watertown for this entire development that has over 500 residents in it, and only half of it's been sold in the last 25 years. So we had 64 condominium ranches there, and we decided that we think we may have too much of a mix of condominiums already in Watertown. So we decided, we were successful in Jefferson. We've been talking to Jefferson for quite some time. I've met with the mayor and the city administrator probably almost 10 times in the last year and a half to try and find more single-family land in Jefferson. But back to Watertown, we decided, you know what? Let's go in and see if the city would be up for smaller lots. Affordable housing, you may call it. You may call it workforce housing. We have a different name. And we came up with a Belinsky initiative, which is attainable housing. I think we all understand now that the prices of construction are high. We also have interest rates that are, in today's world, they're high, but if you go back to the 90s and they were 12%, they're not high, they're half of that. But so construction costs are high. And we are selling lots and single families in the city of Waukesha for, you'd be shocked, $700,000 for a 2,200 square foot house. So we came to the conclusion that, you know what, we need to start offering small single family lots, smaller packages for all the people out there that need housing. And trust me, we've had multiple cities contacting us to come out and talk to them about affordable housing, attainable housing. So we knew of this piece of land in Market Street. We've been here before trying to get apartments there, I believe, or condominiums and many things, probably over 2 years ago, and it didn't go well. I think the residents were probably against rentals or more rentals. So I'm a believer that we have apartments being built everywhere. We know of all the apartments that will be built in Elkhorn. Let's provide some single-family small lots. So our plan here is to try and work with the city. We will need some TIF money incentive, possibly. I do have some tentative pricing, but I don't know if that's something we really need to discuss tonight. This is gonna take a long time with a PUD. There's gonna be a lot of meetings with the Planning Commission and things of that nature. But we think, and Belinsky has a ultimate initiative within our company to try and build small lots, smaller homes, so people can afford them. We're looking at these to be anywhere from probably 1,400 to maybe 1,700 max square feet. Most of them would be 2 stories. We would like to offer them under 400,000. And construction costs in today's world are for homes and for development are extremely high. They're anywhere from $1,100 to $1,300 per lineal foot, which ends up being over, on this project would be over $52,000 to $58,000 per lot of the 43. So in order to do that, we feel that the city of Elkhorn would need to be a partner with Belinsky, possibly in regards to reducing costs by incentives to Belinsky in the future. So with that, I'd just like to go over the plan a little bit and just discuss some of the reliefs we would need. So you have in front of you the plan. It's 43 single-family lots. They would be public roads, no private roads. They would, you know, we've got some restrictions on Market Street. All of the lots, homes, fronts would face the southern roadway and not Market Street. So the backyards would then face Market Street because I believe there's a restriction on driveways on Market Street. So then we would probably have both sides of that roadway, that I call it Road A. It's the main long one. I look at those lots and those houses backing up, front doors on the north side, on the south side they would be facing north. We're looking at 57 foot wide lots. We're looking at 65 wide on corners. We already have houses designed for this subdivision and for many others. We've looked at the potential that we'll need some relief on some side sets, probably on rear yards based on the zoning of RS1. We'll need side yards at probably 8 feet. We would need setbacks in the front at 24 feet and possibly corners at 15. The zoning on this would allow for 68 single-family units under the RS1 zoning. Obviously, there wouldn't be any way of getting that based on the amount of land that's here. So we're looking at 43 single-family lots. We're looking that would come out to 3.4 lots per acre, which is under the 5.4. A lot widths, again, are 57 feet wide, 108 feet deep. Their average is 6,200 square feet. We've talked about the relief. Just looking at some of the housing demands in the area. Jefferson, with all the employment that's going on. I was in Whitewater today talking to a gentleman on purchasing some land for some other small lots subdivision, working with the city there as well. We've been working with the city of Port Washington, again, Watertown. So we really think there's a demand out there. We also don't believe that, at least I don't, I shouldn't say Belinsky, but that apartments are an immediate answer to our housing problems, but I think they will need to turn into more single-family rather than apartments, or we may have a glut of apartments like we do office building all over southeastern Wisconsin. I'm hoping it's not in my lifetime, But it's kind of, I see these patterns and, you know, it's really easy for people to do apartments. People, I don't know where they're all coming from, but they certainly fill up really quick. And they do give back money to the city a lot faster than single family does. But single family is ownership. Single family is something that Belinsky really believes in. We've been doing this for 65 years. And if anybody has remembered Belinsky over 25 to 40 years ago, they used to be a tract builder. They used to put them up as fast as people came. And those days have changed in the Belinsky philosophy, where if you go on our website, you'd see that we are a much different builder than we were when we first started this company. And we have a lot to offer, and we think Elkhorn's a great place to do it. So I guess at this time, if anybody has any questions, I'm more than welcome to entertain them. Thanks.
I guess my question is maybe more for Ed. We've talked a lot about workforce housing, you know, but better price point, does this kind of thing fit what we were talking about?
Yeah, this is exactly what we were looking for, and you know, when the council approved the new tax increment, new TID District 5, and included this parcel, I mean, this is the kind of development that we were looking for. So yeah, definitely meets what the goal was. Yeah.
Great.
I think also one of the reasons was to put it in TID 5 too, was so that we could help, you know, the contractor develop the property, you know.
And just let me be clear, if Belinsky were to move forward and develop this, we would be the only builder in it. That's how we handle it.
Allison, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, so I think John did a good job of explaining the project and what they're looking to do. At this point, I would recommend, of course, with all the flexibilities that they are asking for, we would have to go to planned unit development. A concept review is the first step in the planned unit development process. From there, we move forward. If they would like to move forward, or if the plan commission gives them feedback, then from that point, they move forward onto the general development plan, the GDP. That's when the rezone occurs, and that's when we establish the general development plan. Then from that point forward, they come back again for the specific implementation plan, or SIP. Very similar process to Creekside, which we just finished that process. So this is their very first step, just an introduction to the project. Obviously, not everything is set into stone yet, and the general development plan would go into a lot more details about the development and all of the types of structures they're looking to do. We'd get more involved in detailed plans, stormwater, that sort of thing, grading. In my time here in the city, we have had several concept reviews for this site come to staff level only. Probably I've seen at least 4 different layouts of this site, and I will say this one is by far the best that we've seen so far. It's the closest that we've gotten to a developer trying to meet some of the non-negotiable standards of development in the city, like pedestrian access and sidewalks and larger road right-of-way widths. They're still going to be asking for flexibility, but we've seen some plans with even smaller right-of-ways that wouldn't necessarily be feasible. So this is definitely I think, honestly, the best plan we've seen for this site layout. And I'd be happy to let Naomi go into her review a little bit as well.
Sure, thank you, Allison. I've seen several different layouts for this site as well. I think this is the first single-family home layout that I've seen, so it's slightly different. If you could go back to the site plan. They are requesting, our right-of-way is 66 feet. They're requesting a 57-foot right-of-way. The smallest right-of-way I'm been seeing is 60 feet. This is slightly smaller. I would like to kind of see how that lays out with utilities in that cross-section. I think it may be feasible. They are asking for no sidewalk on the internal streets, which I've always recommended that sidewalk be included in the internal parts of the subdivision. They are showing a 5-foot sidewalk along Church and Market Street, which we like to see, so that's a nice thing about this site plan. I do have some concerns about the number of lots that are double loaded or back and front are streets. That's in our development code, that's discouraged in subdivisions, and I think, you know, just being as a homeowner, that's a less desirable lot, in my opinion. So I think, you know, this is kind of tricky with the amount of ingress, egress locations. But I was looking at, I think I'd like to see a concept plan with the south street coming off Church being moved to the edge of the property so that lots 1 through 10 could back up to 35 and 43. So you'd have those lots would be properly laid out in the format of our code. The street, I think, could then continue north, and I think you can get a lot maybe at Hearthstone. Was that Hearthstone?
Yeah.
Hearthstone, if you make that a lot there, but then connect into Pheasant Way, and with some little movement of the detention facility a little to the northwest, I think that will lessen, it will take away the drive close to Voss Road, and it'll align one of the drives on Church Street with the opposing driveway. I kind of took a look at that. I think maybe it's a difference of 2 lots, so from 43 to 41 with the same right-of-way. I think I'd like to see a concept where we don't have as 50% of the lots being dual loaded. The site plan is great, and it considers the stormwater management is properly placed. I think they understand that, you know, they're going to have looping utilities through here, because we've discussed that in other site layouts. Let's see. I just have some general notes about, you know, when they get further along in the process, about the permits that they'll need, soil boring information, wetlands on the site. Those are typical, come along with the GDP phase. I'd just like to always mention them when they appear on a concept site plan so we don't forget. Yeah, but I think the biggest thing, we probably can work the 57-foot right away. I'd like to see sidewalk, and I'd like to see less lots that have dual streets on both sides. I think that's possible.
Naomi, did you do up a drawing of what you just discussed?
I sketched it today, so I didn't want to show.
Oh.
I can send it to you.
Could
I
you?
did, yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I didn't want to
We're not opposed
bombard
to,
you.
we're not opposed to sidewalks. I mean, we are, I would say that such a small development like this, I don't think it's necessary to have sidewalks on both sides of the street. But if it's interconnected internally, that would be fine, but I really don't see the need for both sides. And remember, these are 108 feet back. We're 24 feet off the right-of-way where the house starts. There's not a lot of room in the front on some of the lots, but I would be very interested in seeing what your thoughts are on the redesign of the concept.
Thank you. I'll send that over.
Well, I like the concept. I mean, this is only the first step, naturally, and there's a lot of things that have to happen. I think as we looked at that before, I know, it's always been multiple family. And with the multiple family that we have in that area, it never got any further. And and I think you're right, at least 4 times. So this being single family and a little more affordable, I like it right now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just to confirm, so we're just looking for feedback, like Allison said, right? We're not looking for any type of motion?
Correct.
Correct.
Just discussion only. You can
Mhm.
provide any feedback you have to the developer so that if they need to tweak their plan, if there's something that stands out to you right away that you feel would be very important in the next phase of this process, you can let them know.
Mayor, can I just
Yes,
ask one?
absolutely.
How many of these current models are currently constructed and up right now?
The homes themselves?
Yes, yeah.
We have 8 that are planned right now in Watertown, and 4 of them are staked, ready to go. And we are planning another 34 for construction this summer. So we have a subdivision in Watertown where it will be 44 single-family lots, very similar to these size. And it's all planned out. We have all the houses planned out. We have this driveways planned out, everything. I'm more than welcome to share it with you. It shows all the houses on the pads and everything.
Are any of the other cities making you put sidewalk in?
I think Watertown, we are in our final stages of civil engineering, and we are hoping that we will only have one side of the sidewalks. I'm not positive if it's been confirmed yet.
When you say pads, are these no basements?
No, when I say pad, that's really the staked out lot on the plat of what you see here. You would see the dimensions of where the house would fit on the lot. That's what a pad is.
Okay, so.
These would have all full basements.
Okay, great, thank you. Anyone else have any comments or questions, or I think you're looking for concerns if there are any, but I'm sure not hearing any.
Well,
So,
don't save them. I don't like coming back and then hearing them.
okay. Any questions for us? I think this is a pretty positive.
No, I just, I will make a comment, I think the hardest part with this is we are eager to do the right thing for the right cities, and we are willing and able to do these things, and we want to work with a partnership with the city to accomplish this, and the only thing is, I would say, is the encumbrance is the process. So I would love to say that we'd be able to build these this year, this fall, but the process is encumbering, and it will most likely be a 2026 project.
What kind of a build-out do you see after we get through this process?
Well, our typical standards outside of attainable housing is we usually do 4 to 8 models. We call them ready homes. We don't call them models anymore. We build them. 75% of our business at every level is ready homes. We build them for people to buy. 25% is more, I won't say custom, but it's buyers that want to actually build and go through the whole process. So with this, you can't hold me to this, but I have been told in Watertown that we are not stopping the building, and we are anticipating they will come. I would love to be able to come back at some point in a few months and say the same thing.
Okay, thank you.
John, just one question for you. Belinsky has one other proposed development site in Elkhorn right now, the Harvest Point condos. Would you be looking to start that project first?
The Harvard Point, yeah, we're planning on doing that project this year.
Okay, thanks.
We also have some commercial land that we would love to discuss about changing from commercial to something else.
That's another discussion.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Thank you very
You're welcome.
Yep.
Anything else?
Thank you. No,
Appreciate
I
it.
think you're
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you for coming in. Do we have any general discussion items?
I don't have anything, other than that, we are working with Quick Trip. We're hoping to see them back at our next meeting. And we also will be having the Witty project come back at our next meeting. So 2 projects that have been before the Plan Commission before, working on still moving forward with those. Otherwise, I don't have anything.
Those are both at the May 1st meeting?
Yes.
Okay. And does it look like we're gonna have a May 15th meeting? Too early to tell.
I believe we will.
Okay, good, so everybody mark that down, 1st and the 15th of May.
I'm keeping you busy.
Yeah, that's good. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved, excuse me.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? We're adjourned.